Walmart today and think, man, I'm going to get me a new pair of shoes. So, we look at the rack. I have to take, my consultant along with me. She dresses me most of the time. I'm not allowed to walk out of the house, except when I go to work. When I go to work, I'm allowed to dress any way I want to, But anything like this, then I, have to go to her, because she says I have no style, but I'm from the hills, I mean, come on, sackcloth, potato sacks, Not really, no. No, we have real clothes down there, really. Regardless of what you see on TV, But I picked this pair of shoes out and I liked it, so, the one was sitting there. I said, let's go with this one. She said, okay. So, I just grabbed the box out from behind it, threw the shoe in it, and out the door we went. Well, I was kind of walking around out there. I sit down at the house, put them on. We got here, and I was out there walking around. I thought, wow, man, one of these shoes is a little more comfortable than the other. And then I looked down and thought, oh, my God. But you know what? This is a good illustration. A great illustration. Why? Because some of our lives are so mixed up that we never notice it from the beginning. We walk around through life all the time, and then suddenly one day, God comes to us and opens our eyes and we look down and say, wow, I've got 2 different pairs of shoes on. But you know what? There's a lot of, let's see, how can we say this? Animosity toward God from people. But can I tell you something? God is the giver of life. He does not take life. He does not put disease on you. He does not put sickness on you. Jesus said that the enemy, which is Satan, which is the devil, comes not but to kill, to steal, and to destroy. But then I liked what Jesus said. He said, but I have come to give life and give it more abundantly. Think about it. Anywhere did you hear him say, I came to give you sickness and death and disease? Because, hey, I want to teach you a lesson. If that's the case, none of us should be here. Because I'm not perfect. My wife can tell you I'm not perfect. My co-workers can tell I'm not perfect. But God sees me differently than what I see myself. God sees me differently than what you see me. So I want you to know something. God does not bring badness to your life. You know what that's from? Life. Life brings hardness to you. Life brings difficulties to you. But you know what? If you have a hope and if you have a dream, that is in God. People at work say all the time, man, you're smiling and you're always so happy. You know what? I say because I am. Because I am. Because I know where my hope lies. My hope does not lie with Freudenberg. Although I spend 99% of my time there, my life does not, revolve around that. My hope lies in who God is and what I am in Him. And it's the same way with each and every one of you. Like Larry said, you have a destiny. He's got your life planned out. He knew exactly who you was going to be the day you were born. He knew exactly who you was going to be the day before you were born. He knew you when you were just a little sparkle in your daddy's eye. But that's our God. A God, the creator of the universe. He's an amazing God. See, I could count 1,000,000 times people asking me how I can praise you with all that I've gone through. And the question just amazes me. Could circumstances possibly change who I forever am in you? mine. But to turn my back on you, oh Lord, my only shelter from the storm. But instead, I draw closer through these times. So I pray, bring me joy, bring me peace, bring the chance to be free, bring me anything that brings you glory. And I know there'll be days when this life brings me pain, but if that's what it takes to praise you, Jesus, bring the rain. Regardless of the clouds that may loom above, because you are much greater than my pain. It was you who made a way for me by suffering your destiny. So tell me, what's a little rain? So I pray, bring me joy, bring me peace, bring the chance to be free, bring me anything that brings you glory. And I know there'll be days when this life brings me pain, but if that's what it takes to praise you, then Jesus, bring the rain. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty. Is the Lord God Almighty. And I'll forever sing, holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty. Is the Lord God Almighty. And everybody sing, holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty. Is the Lord God Almighty. You are holy, you are holy. Lord, you are holy, yeah. Is the Lord God Almighty. Is the Lord God Almighty. And everybody singing, holy, holy, you are holy. Oh, holy, 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 yeah. Is the Lord God Almighty. Is the Lord God Almighty. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty. Is the Lord God Almighty.